I'm gonna talk.
I really wish people got to see that. That was
I didn't know
ridiculous.
James is so athletic.
You guys are so ridiculous. We don't even need to do an intro. This is so
I don't even know what you're referring to right now, if I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna record you guys on my phone next time and post it.
Well, thanks for the heads up. Anyways, welcome to the Star Wars Stuff Podcast, where we talk about all things Star Wars. My name is James.
Oh, I'm Mary.
Oh my gosh.
We're so out of order.
And I'm David.
There we go. And here, we talk about all things Star Wars. But before we get started, we have some amazing people to thank. David, take it away.
Of course, we want to thank our awesome top tier Patreon members, starting with Liam McCallan, Kenneth Leininger, Deb McCaffrey, Zach Netzel, Matt Morris, Adam Haber, Front Row King, came from Indiana, Mariana Tia Arnold, Rush Jai 27, Alex Bundell, Indiana Solo, BC Duman, and Sean Smith. Thank you so much for your awesome love and support out there.
Agreed.
Also, don't exactly 100% pay attention to this because it's a little different now. We just haven't changed it. If you go to legionsabers.com, use the code STUFF, you can get $5 off your purchase. And right now, they're running a promotion where you get 20% off on the site. Ooh. So it's even better. So visit legionsabers.com. I haven't podcasted in a while or spoken that much. Legionsabers.com, use the code STUFF at checkout for $5 off. So, yeah, the reason why I haven't spoke in a long time or podcast in a long time, I went to Vegas for Level Up Expo. Mary and I, we did a couple of interviews, which we'll post later on here. And we did a podcast on the show floor on top of a makeshift stage. I almost killed Mary, but she made it.
Fine.
She rode the wave down, which I'm so glad she did. So essentially, the stage was like a trailer that looked like a stage. There's a wheel on the bottom, and I stood up on the side that bends down, that hitches to the truck. She came down, but she just walked down like very gracefully. And then the PA system came down and it pushed tables out, and it was a whole big old thing. And like time stopped, and I'm like trying to compute what was happening, but everyone was safe. Everyone was okay. I was worried I have really bad leg cramps, and I felt them like coming on in my hamstring. And I was like, if I bend my leg a certain way, I'm gonna be screaming in agony. So Izzy from Legion Sabers, he kind of helped me up through the other side. Once we fixed everything, got me up there, and we podcasted for a little while. And it was great. We were on a PA system. People could hear us, maybe not clearly, but people could hear us. And it was a lot of fun up there. And Mary and I, we did a great job. And we interviewed Austin Bradley, the guy that made the Jar Jar Binks lightsaber, who I think Pixelated Erica owns it now. Yeah, she bought it, or I don't know.
I don't know. She had like the actual like suckers and stuff, and then she sent him one. He reached out to her, and he was like, "Hey, I would absolutely love it if you sent me this. I would love to make this for you." And she said, "Yes, absolutely, whatever you need." So she sent it to him. He was able to make it for her and sent it out to her. So It was just like a partnership, super fun. He is such a nice dude.
Yeah.
You should definitely go follow him, reach out to him.
Yes, definitely. And then we talked to Gabe, who is I don't know. Time's weird. I don't know how long we've been friendly with each other, but he's Star Wars Replicas, Gabe's Empire on Instagram. He's got a huge account. He goes to all the premieres and all the special events at Lucasfilm. And he gave us a little insight when he visited the warehouse where I think influencers and other people were invited to go check out all the stuff from The Mandalorian that they just shoved in this warehouse. The cockpit, the new Rada maquettes, just about everything. And it was really cool. His description, and like I said, I'll release that soon. But like I said, the reason why I haven't released a lot of stuff is just due to the fact that I got crazily ill. I was dealing with three things simultaneously, and I won't get too deep into it, but one doctor said, what you went through is worse than a should I say it?
No, don't say it. Do not say it.
let's
As a
just
woman, I'm
say
telling you, don't
let's
say
just say the pain level that I went through was ultra severe. But he made a comparison that many people might not like. But um, a lot of pain. Yeah, it was wild. And I had and I'm getting in the weeds here, but I had my suspicions why I had the pain, and I think my suspicions were correct, and I was right, and the doctors were wrong. So
it. You know, I always love when that happens. It's
yeah,
like,
that's only
huh?
really happened one time before. And I had an argument with the doctor. I'm like, this is causing these side effects. He's like, it's impossible. And I'm like, that's what's happening. When I get off of it, I feel fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Everyone's different. So that's what it is. But
But you're better now, which is great.
well, one thing that happened is my prescription changed. It got better. So my glasses that I normally wear don't work. So what I'm wearing right now are my wife's old glasses. So now you're looking at me how my eyeballs normally look because my wife barely has any prescription, but I can see the computer screen.
That's
So this is like how I
wild.
look without my glasses. So my
And this is
eyeballs look
why when
bigger.
everyone's wives say, I'm going to save these just in case, you go, yeah, that's a good idea. Because
Right.
this is
Here's
that
the
just
crazy
in
thing
case.
though. My wife is like the opposite of a hoarder. She throws everything away.
Wild.
She just throws. I'm surprised she had this. So this essentially saved us probably like a net like $2,000 because I was going to go on FMLA because I can't see. I mean, I can't work.
Yeah.
I can't deliver pizza. So
Yeah.
or podcast really. So,
Yeah.
but she gave me these, and I was like, no way, I can actually see. So yeah, that's where we're at. But luckily, we kind of had a family vacation type thing in Vegas, and that was a lot of fun. I got to go to all the big casino. Well, a lot of big casinos, the Bellagio and the Palms and the Paris
It was
where
your
we
first
stayed.
Vegas trip.
First Vegas trip. Weird that I'd been to Japan and London, but not Vegas. That's really ultra weird to me. There's a lot of like weird opportunities to go during my life, but for whatever reason, I never got to go. So, but it was cool talking to Matt from Legion Sabers. Got to meet him for the first time in person at the convention. Very cool guy. He talked about a lot of the Legion Sabers future plans, and they're good and they're grand. They're still doing their thing. They sold a lot of lightsabers on the floor. I was very surprised, impressed. Day one, there was a lot of missing sabers from their inventory, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And by the time Sunday came around, just about everything was gone. They were down to 3
Good
blades.
for them.
Yeah, 3 more blades and like just a few necklaces. And they gave us a bunch of necklaces to put on the prize wheel when we go to Rebel Scum and
Nice.
Space Con. So there's a lot of that. Now the business cards, and they're doing some interesting things. And they want to expand. They want to actually have stores around the country for Legion Sabers, and they're great. I mean, once you have one of those lightsabers in your hand, it's like you're holding the real thing. You can't get more real unless it's an actual lightsaber, which really kind of technically doesn't exist. But yeah.
James, do you have a comment?
No.
So yeah, I've been out of it for a while. Sorry for my body going downhill, but I'm trending up. So I'm getting new glasses here soon, and yeah.
All right. So, any Star Wars stuff happened to you guys the last couple of days?
Any Star Wars things related to Star Wars happen? Yeah.
I don't think so, huh? It's been pretty quiet.
I mean, all right, I'm going to just say this.
How old are you, James?
I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say I've been
He's
told.
25.
How about this? I've been told I look like I'm in my early 30s, and I'm just gonna say I'm in my early 30s.
Oh my goodness. I'm 38.
I'm 44.
I'm 37.
So I
All
was
right.
-4 when A New Hope came out.
I was -11 when A New Hope came out.
Cool.
Anyways, all right, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say this to both of you, and David can probably agree with me. Reed Pop. That's all I'm gonna say. It feels like every celebration is the first celebration that they are doing. Like it feels like every single time something happens, and it's like, how are they not ready for this? And in case y'all don't know, Star Wars Celebration tickets went on sale on Wednesday, May 6th.
And if you want tickets, there are none.
And if you want tickets, they are completely sold out, this is the
Nice.
fastest.
I mean, legitimately
Okay,
buy them.
right now, tickets are sold out officially online. So if you go online, you're not going to find any tickets at the celebration site. You can go on whatever website you want to. Oh, what do you got, David?
So I heard reports once it originally sold out that Wednesday, someone just waited 30 minutes, went back in, and they were able to buy one of each day somehow. And I heard a few other reports like that because somebody either canceled or did something weird. Like they had it in the cart and then they left for something and they timed out
15
or whatever.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a couple people who stayed on even after they got their tickets to see if there'd be cart drops for
Right.
VIP
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Or 4 days.
That's what I would have done
try
too.
To refresh in. Yeah.
But it took me 2 hours to get in any room. I had 2 laptops and my phone, which is, I mean, basic, you know. It's not like the 20 device setup some people had, and they still had bad luck, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And me being an IT guy, me like fancying myself an IT guy over here, I thought, okay, well, it doesn't matter about IP. And then I talked to an IT guy, one of our close friends. He was like, yeah, it does matter. But I got in faster on my 2 laptops that were on the same IP address than I did on my cell phone that was on a wireless service. And he told me the wireless phone will probably get you in, which I think is what I did for Japan, which was weird. So it's just a crapshoot. It's just a gamble, lottery type situation. So some people in LA didn't get in.
I'm going to say that I think all the quote unquote tricks we were all told was the way to do it was not the way to do it. And because I heard somebody say, if you get in the queue, quote unquote, early, it's good. And then when it opens up, it'll randomly throw you like somewhere, maybe near the front or something like that. And so if you were online an hour before tickets dropped, you were able to get into like the queue. You're able to see the countdown of it as it went, not the pre-queue, but you're able to just see the countdown of it as it goes.
It's like a waiting room.
The waiting room. Then once it started, I went and grabbed my laptop. My iPad and my phone were already in like watching the countdown. My laptop I turned on last. My laptop is what made it all the way to the front in 40 minutes. And by the time I got there within 40 minutes, all the 4-day badges were gone. So it was just, I don't know, man. It always feels like it's unfair. You know what I mean? Like I always hear them say it's random. I'm like, it just doesn't feel fair.
And didn't someone tell you, James, that the 4-day badges are going to be gone in minutes?
You did? Is that what you're getting?
You were like, yeah. I told the group, I was like, the 4 days are going to sell out in minutes.
I agreed. I said,
no.
There's no way the 4 days are
going to. I thought you said, says who? And I was like, says me.
No. I read the message wrong. I thought you said they were already gone like as soon as they went on sale. Like, and I was like, wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Just no one's in the store yet. But yeah, within 40 minutes, by the time I got in, all the 4-day badges were gone. Or the 4-day badge was gone.
Right. And I think the thing we didn't like realize that one person could buy up to 24 days, which is a scalper's buffet. So
horrible move on Reed Pop right there.
Yeah.
Like who in Reed Pop was like, you know, what'd be really smart is if we sell our if as soon as you get into the queue in the store, you can buy up to 20 badges, and we will not even stop you from doing that. I think that was just such a horrendous move on Reed Pop to do, because people like myself, people like my brother, people like us who are huge Star Wars fans, we're like, what in the world, man? Why can't we want to go see this? We want to be there because we are Star Wars fans. And I'm going to say this before we go on. We complain about Reed Pop every year. Every year, Reed Pop does something absolutely ridiculous to the celebration experience. For instance, in Florida, when we got there, they had no idea what to do with us. Like, we waited overnight. Not one person from Reed Pop was there overnight. You know what I mean? Then they all showed up, and I was in near the front, and I could see them all the volunteers discussing what to do, and they were all going up to this one lady, and this one lady had no idea what she was doing either. And that was when they made us go into that huge circle, because they didn't know. They had no idea what was going on. And it always feels with Reed Pop, the last day they figure it out. The last day of every convention they go, oh, yeah, the online store to buy your merch, oh, it's available now. But then all the merch is already gone by that point. But anyways, I say all that to say we do complain about Reed Pop, but Celebration is still so much fun. You know what I mean? Like, I still have a blast going to Star Wars Celebration.
And I don't think we've said this, but all of us here will be there all 4 days. We all managed some way, somehow, to be able to get tickets. I'll be very honest. Like, if I didn't have the friends I have, I would not be able to go to Celebration this year.
And the multitasking skills.
How many group texts were you in?
I was in about 4 group texts.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah. Like, our group, Adam Haber, who's one of our top tier Patreons and like a close friend to us. I had a group chat with him. I had a group chat with Chris from Cantina Cast. Like, I had multiple group chats. I had group chats with my friends from overseas that were trying to get tickets. And basically all of us kind of just made this like pack of like, whoever gets in, we will take care of each other and just pay each other same day kind of thing. So I was like, okay, who needs what? Who still doesn't have tickets? Who's in and stuff? And I'm like, hey, I need 2 sets from you. And then I need 1 set from you. And then I was on the phone with somebody else and like, hey, this is what I need. What can you get me kind of thing and stuff. So thankfully, we have a very amazing community and a very great group of friends who literally just took care of all of us and stuff. So that way we could make sure we could all go and experience this together.
Kudos to Mary, because she handled and juggled all that. I was reading all the text messages. Mary
David
said, "Craig bought your tickets, but you owe me the money because I paid him off." And I'm like, what? Really?
Well, I just wanted to make sure like everybody was good, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, hey.
And then you explained it. You're like, originally they're for me, but now they're for you. And then your buddy, and he owes me this, you owe me that. It breaks down like, I'm like.
So let me ask this question.
How did you figure all this out, like, while trying to buy other tickets and merch and all that?
That's what I do for a living. Multitask a million group chats.
Never mind. I will say, I wish I had been involved in some of these groups, because by the time I got into the store, and mind you, I was at work. Like, I'm legitimately at work on the floor helping people. And my buddy, my good friend at work, was watching my laptop, and he ran onto the floor with my laptop. You're in. He's like, hurry,
go.
So he
was like,
oh,
that's awesome. That's a good friend.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And I ran to the back, and then when I got on there, so here's what really pissed me off. I think I texted y'all, hey guys, I got the 4-day badge, because the 4-day, I got the 4 individual days.
You should have bought 20.
But no, I was letting them know that I had to get the individual badges because the 4-day badge was gone.
Which was wild.
Mary tells me at Adam messaged like an hour after me to her and said, hey, I just got a 4-day badge.
Probably cart dropped.
There's a cart dropped, which
again, timing and luck.
I guess I just had the worst luck, because when I got on there.
But the hard part was like, you couldn't wait and you couldn't try to redrop. Number 1, you're at work, right? So number 2, if your time would have timed out, you would have been just out of luck,
Yep.
regardless if someone's cart dropping or not and stuff.
So
So the reality is like go in, get what you need, and then if you can get back in, that's when you look for cart drops
that's true.
and
And
stuff. That's the only way.
I will say this though about having a 4-day badge. I get 4 different artwork badges for all 4
Yeah.
days versus the 4-day badge is one piece of art, which not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be the coolest looking thing ever. But I get to do
I think they'll all
4.
be looking.
I remember in Japan, didn't the kids had the Leia
They had the
one?
best one.
I wanted to punch a kid in the face and take the
Oh my
Leia
gosh.
badge because
So
I
the
was like, anyway,
I
sorry.
had in Japan, I had the 3-day, which was, and it was all Japanese samurai art. So I had the Mando Grogu, and then David was kind enough to send me the Vader one that I really
Nice.
wanted. So I have those two, but I'm in the same boat. I have a 4-day, and then I have a set of individual days. So I'll have 5 different pieces of the artwork, which will be cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will too, thanks to Craig and Mary. I have individual days, couldn't get the 4-day, couldn't get the VIP, of course, because I'm an ethical Star Wars fan. But my story,
Oh my goodness.
my story was when
Tell us how you really
like I
feel.
said before, I got on the 2 laptops and my phone. 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, it opened up. I saw the little guy walking. I had like 2 bars and then 4 bars and 11 bars, but I had a doctor's appointment, a very important doctor's appointment at 3. And I was like, I'll get in before then. I didn't.
Oh no.
So I was like chatting with everybody and like reconciling the fact that, oh my gosh, I won't have celebration tickets. So I go to the doctor's appointment with my phone. I'm looking at my phone the whole time. Never got in. And my work, well, I'm going to say that. My laptop
Yeah,
got
just a
like
random
was
laptop.
way further than my, or actually no, I take that back. My podcast laptop was way further than the other laptop, and my phone, I'm like, I'm gonna be at this doctor's appointment and I'm gonna get in. It's gonna time out by the time I get back. It's all gonna be like just closed on me. I get back, the guys are still walking. I was there for like almost like an hour at the doctor's
That's
office.
wild.
And
That's
I was
so
like thinking to
wild.
myself, pushing the appointment back or just missing the appointment altogether, but it was an important doctor's appointment. So I came back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm still not through. But then when I got through, I think Mary told me my tickets were purchased by Craig. And I just kind of like looked at it. And then Mary like, well, you should just buy a single day ticket, the cheapest single day, and just get all your merch. I was like, great idea. I did the cheap $70 Thursday, which I should have bought a kid ticket, right? I mean, that's cheaper. I don't know.
But you can also resell your Thursday
Right. And
way
then,
easier than you can sell
then it's
your
a
kid one.
backup too. And then I could sell it to a friend or whatever. So I get all my merch. I get the 2 stickers, the pin, the patches, the shirts, the lanyard, and then I check out. And I have another computer that I leave on, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go in there and then buy some more backup days just to make sure. And then the Saturday sold out. So I bought the Thursday, and then I bought a Friday and a Sunday. So I don't have that
Nice.
Saturday. So the Saturday is the only one I don't have doubles of. So my buddy Ted from Countdown, he might go. So he might be using those, and he might share a hotel room with me to like kind of defray the cost there.
I
That's
have
smart.
to show you this text message. I forget, one of y'all sent this in the group, and if you're watching us on YouTube, this is the text message. It's
Oh, I sent that one.
it's the guy like in the queue, but it's like mine is walking the other way because it felt like that because he's walking. Of course, when you look at it, he's walking in the queue to get to the front of the line, but it was taking so long that the guy was like, mine's walking the opposite direction from everybody else. But
That's so funny.
what was funny was I looked at my iPad. My iPad got in 2 hours and 20 minutes after the queue started. Like it told me your place was set at 2:20, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would have been devastated. You know what I mean? Like I would have been completely heartbroken. But
Yeah. I did the same thing. So I still stayed in after I like got the tickets I needed. I got a set for me. I got a set for my husband. So I was like, okay, this household is good. David's good. Craig is good. Everyone, Adam's good. We're all good, right? And then I was like, okay, I still want merch, because my friend who was so kind enough to call me and have me purchase my ticket over the phone, they were like, "Do you want merch?" I'm like, "No, just go," and stuff like that. Like, do not lose this opportunity. And then, so I said, okay, I will just stay in the queue, get a 1-day ticket, and then if someone needs it, something like that, we're good. And then I'll just buy all my merch then. So I ended up doing that. My person, my little guy, did not get in until 3:20 p.m.
Mm.
It was, and I was in the waiting room since 10:30. So from 10:30 to 3:20ish.
But it was 12
I
o'clock, so 3 hours, 3 hours
3
plus of just
hours.
waiting. Yeah,
But
you weren't
5
gonna get
hours of
anything.
my day. 5 hours of my day was panicking. I even, like, text at one point, I was, like, texting my friends, I was like, "I'm gonna throw up. I'm, like, so nervous right now, I might just throw up and stuff." It was so bad.
It,
I was like, I got to the point I was like, "Even if I just get a 1 day, it's fine. I live in LA. At least I could go 1 day, hang out, see everything, things like that." And I was like, "I don't think I'm going to Celebration this year. How is it easier
mm.
for me to go across the world to go to Celebration?" And I was struggle busing and would not be going if it was not for my friends to the one down the street from me. That's wild.
It is wild. It felt like, I mean, but then again, I will say this celebration is very special because it's the 50th anniversary of A New Hope. So they're really pushing
Yeah.
the 50th anniversary. And also, thanks to Project Hail Mary and thanks to all that, Starfighter is getting a lot of love and a lot of attention. Starfighter is going to start picking up a lot of momentum. And I think a lot of people are excited for that already. And that's going to have a huge presence at Celebration. Somebody was like, "Will I see Ryan Gosling at Celebration?" It's like, you're definitely going to see Ryan
Yes.
Gosling. That's like, of
We
He
course
was
you're
saw
at
him
the
going.
at
last
Celebration.
one.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
at the last one. So
I think he lives in LA.
yeah,
he
he does
does.
live here. I've seen him. I was joking. No, but it's just really funny because it's like Reed Pop. You knew this was going to be a very very highly anticipated event. Like
Yeah.
everybody knew, and it felt like they just were not ready for this at all.
Well,
And
I think they just don't care. They don't think
yeah,
I
about
they
think
the
this is their
plight of the
system and they're
people
okay with it.
that are buying the tickets. I mean, you put up 20 per person, it's like common sense tells you that people are going to put up ridiculous prices on these resale sites, and I think there was 2 4 days for $6,600.
that's disgusting.
Thankfully, a lot
Well,
of them got taken down because a lot of them got reported, and then those like posts got removed.
I'll say this though, one thing that they did this year that they haven't done in the years in the past, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong because maybe I'm misinformed. Um, VIP in the past were able to go in and get VIP again at an early access versus this time it was anybody's game. VIP
Yeah.
logged in the same time everybody else did, anyone who formerly had VIP or not. So it really was like up for grabs for anybody who got in. That was lucky enough to get in early and
It's
Does
stuff.
anyone
just
have a good estimate of how many VIP pass holders there will be?
No idea.
all I know is sometimes at these events you get a better seat than the VIP people. Just saying, like you're actually closer to the stage than they are. In Japan, not so much. In Chicago, I remember when we were there, we were like, we have better seats than Theory does right now.
Well,
That made us pretty happy. But
well, I mean,
but you don't have
it's
to enter the lottery for anything. You just
Yeah,
you're
right.
you
You're
don't have to
automatic.
get
guaranteed
in a
all the
lottery.
panels.
Which
Maybe
I mean,
that's
that's
something
another
we should
thing.
touch on.
I was about to say that's another thing we should talk about. So just because you got badges, just because you got passes, just because you're going, which is an incredible feat, and you're gonna have a blast to get into the panels, you will have to do the infamous lottery system from Reed Pop.
All
Back in
over
Unless they
again.
remove it.
unless they remove it, back in
Unless they don't do it. We don't know for
2017,
sure.
David and I slept on the floor overnight for the 40th panel, and David did it again for the Last Jedi panel. When what was it? Chicago, they said this is not happening. We are not doing any more overnight queuing up. You have to enter into the lottery system to go to any of these panels, the major panels. And at that point, I think it was Clone Wars Episode 9 and I forget what the other one was, but that
A-
Phantom Menace one.
And
Um,
also, just for people who have never gone, because this is probably a lot of people's first. There are major panels, and then there are side panels
yes.
and stuff. So there are major panels like for Japan it was Mando, Grogu, Ahsoka, Andor, and Visions. So there's four major panels, but there are panels all day long that will not be a part of the lottery system, that will only be standby. So when the panel list comes out, it's a really good idea to go through and pick the ones like, if I don't get into the lottery of this one, what is my backup panel if that's something you really want to do and stuff. And then make sure you prioritize going and waiting in that line. I would say 45 minutes before it's supposed to start to be able to get a seat. So we're for the lottery system, we're talking about the major panels only, not all panels.
That's the other reason I bought those extra tickets. If I didn't have those extra tickets, I wouldn't be able to get into these panels if they do the lottery because they wouldn't have my name to send me my lottery winnings on, you know? So
Yeah.
And just a heads up, lottery system is much like buying the badge. Like you still have
Yeah.
to queue up, you still have to wait, you still have to throw your name somewhere, and it lets you. But I will say it is pretty quick. When you put your name in, it will tell you pretty quickly what panel you're gonna get.
Yeah.
As like last year, all I got, I texted y'all, I was really upset. All I got was Andor. I got the Andor panel in the Galaxy stage, and I was very
Yeah.
distraught. I was like, but then I was like, I could still get in the standby lines for some of these events, like the Ahsoka panel, the Visions panel, for like the Galaxy stage. Or so. Okay, again, sorry, everybody, we're jumping around. There's 3 stages at every convention. There's the celebration stage, which is the main stage. So like for Mando and Grogu, we were in the room with Pedro Pascal, Sigourney Weaver, everybody,
Like the
and
easiest ways to think of it is the live stage where you are
yeah.
physically in the same room as the panelists, whoever they are.
And then the other stage, which is smaller, is called the Galaxy stage, which is in another location, but they're streaming that panel to that room. So you're watching the panel on screens. But don't get me wrong, they still got a DJ in there. They still got events. They still got stuff they're doing. They're trying to get the crowd hyped. And so that stage is pretty fun. And then there's the smaller stage, which is the Twin Sun stage. Again, they're streaming it to you. They have a DJ there. Everyone's hyped up, everyone's excited. So if you don't get into the celebration stage, you can still go to these other stages and queue up to get in. And I did
Yeah.
that for every panel in Japan, and I was able to go to every panel even though I wasn't in the celebration room. I still got to go to the other 2 stages and watch. And here's the best part: you can still get the trophy, you can still get the posters,
The giveaways. Like there was
and
like pins, posters, it just depended what it was.
and we got to watch the first episode of Andor in the
Mhm.
Galaxy stage. So they streamed it. So we still got to watch the panel and the whole first episode. That's what I was nervous about, was that you would get to the Galaxy stage or the Twin Sun stage and they would say, "Yeah, this is only for the live stage. You guys are not going to be able to see any of this." But no. So what I say is, if you don't win the lottery, you still have a pretty good chance of watching these things. So
Yeah. And you could still get into the celebration stage. What didn't you get into the celebration stage for Mando and Grogu?
we're not going to talk about how I got into the celebration
Oh,
stage.
just
Mando and
kidding.
Grogu.
So there is standby for the celebration stage if you really want to
Yes.
be in the live room. If you want, like, people probably are asking, like, well, what's the even point of going into the other rooms if I'm not in there with the panelists? You still get to experience the panel because it's not just being streamed out to the convention. So you still get to experience the panel, everything like that. You're just watching it through a screen, versus in person with all the panelists. So
And it's still great. Like, it's still fun. And then
yeah,
especially at the very end, when they do the whole like, "Oh, and guess what? When you leave, be sure to pick up your free poster." It's like, I'm so glad I came to this because I get an exclusive poster
I
from
think
the
I have
convention for this panel.
right here
The
is the Lucasfilm poster that we got for the Lucas Animation one.
Oh,
And then
yep.
I have the Andor one right there.
Yep.
So,
And yeah, and we weren't even in the celebration stage. Mary and
yeah,
I think we were in the Galaxy stage.
I don't
And
remember.
the
I know
animation
it just was
panel,
celebration. The
the
animation
animation
we were in
panel,
celebration.
but yeah, that one, I felt like that one should have been a lottery one because that was a pretty big panel.
It
And
was
that's
a
when
really good one, yeah.
they showed us
First
the
episode
Shadow
of
Bone.
Mall. Oh no, they
No, no,
announced it.
just
They
the
didn't show us
trailer.
an episode. Yeah, we saw the trailer.
But anyways, yeah,
So
I
yeah.
mean, I will say me living nearby is kind of making me go, okay, I did spend a little bit more money than I thought I was going to spend, but I don't have to get a hotel. I don't have to get a flight. I literally just have to Uber to the convention center from my apartment right now. But if I didn't live here and I had to buy those 4-day badges, I would be a little upset. Not gonna lie. I would be like, man, I just spent way more money all because Reed Pop said
I
you
still
could buy
think it's
3 badges.
so affordable. Like, as someone who goes to concerts and shows and things like that, for 4 days. Okay, so let me put it in this perspective for you. Like, so I'm gonna go see Jeff Dunham for 45 minutes at the LA Fair. Okay. So I'm not even like going to like a whole concert kind of thing. Gonna go see Jeff Dunham at the LA Fair. I paid $100 per ticket for
That's
45
gross.
minutes.
That's gross.
Exactly. And stuff.
Especially for Jeff Dunham. I'm just
I just went to a Dodger game, one baseball game,
Oh, that's
paid
extremely expensive.
$145 a ticket for a seat
that's
for a
okay. You know
game.
what? I apologize. I'm not gonna complain anymore. But
Yeah,
still,
I think $260 for a 4-day ticket
Oh,
but I
and
is
didn't.
not bad.
the World Cup has that way
350.
beat. One ticket for like a not marquee matchup, $4,000.
Woo!
And you know what? People are paying that. It's soccer. It's the
And
most
people are
popular
paying it.
sport in the entire world. Of course, they're
It's
gonna
the
pay
World
for
Cup.
that.
But
And
you
it's
know
the
what I
World
mean?
Cup.
But something like for someone who lives in LA and like goes to shows and goes to things, $260. Yeah, I'll pay that.
Okay,
No problem.
segue. There it goes. Just kidding. Here's the thing. If you are looking for a hotel and for a celebration, and you're going to be here in LA, and you're going to be looking for the hotels near the convention. If it says anything over 5 miles from the
Ooh.
convention, do not stay at that hotel. Time in LA does not work the same way it does everywhere else in the world. For instance,
Mileage in LA doesn't work the same way.
yeah, Craig messages us and says, "Hey, I found this hotel in Anaheim," and we were both like,
James and I were like, no, don't
do
do
not
it.
book a hotel." And he was like, "It's only what did he say? It's only 17
He's like 1
miles."
mile away from Disneyland. And I said, no,
I was like, "So
that's so far.
so from Anaheim to LA, it would literally take you an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours to get to the convention. And then
Mhm.
going back, it's going to take you another almost hour 45 to 2 hours to get all the way back to Anaheim. So if you see something that says, "Oh yeah, I'm going to stay near Disneyland so I can go to the park and everything," no. If you're
You're
going to do
better
that,
off staying in LA.
just stay. Yeah. Um, so if you see anything over 5 miles away from the convention center, do not stay there because traffic in LA is horrendous. You don't measure it by miles, you measure it by time.
Mhm.
Like I think Mary and I discovered we're what 20 miles or 23 miles away from each other.
Yeah. So
Something.
unless I'm working in LA, so I have my day job will take me into LA. That is the only time I will ever see James. That is it. Like we will
Exactly.
never be like, "Hey, let's go get coffee together," because it would take us an hour
It's a
and a
whole morning.
half.
It's a whole
Yeah.
just to get coffee would be the whole morning and
Mhm.
afternoon.
My hotel's 11.1 miles away.
You're too far.
I'm too
Where is
far.
it?
You're
Where
too
is
far.
it?
He's staying at Universal.
Oh, you're staying at
Well, I wasn't going to
Universal?
say it on the podcast, but okay.
Well, okay, there's
Well,
three.
I
There's,
didn't say
there's
which
three
hotel.
There's 3 hotels over there, so it's one of those. You're gonna be just a couple of miles away from me. That's really cute.
We're all gonna be. So here's how extreme it is. I live about 25 to 30 miles away from the heart of LA, from the convention center. I am looking for a hotel. You know, like it's so bad. And this is what I recommend to you. If you're looking at hotels, you're looking at where to stay, you have to ask yourself a few questions like how important is sleep? How much after con events do you want to attend? Um, like how much what is your budget? because there are some cities along LA, and we have a metro system that will literally drop you off right in front of the convention center. That makes sense if your budget will not allow you to stay in the heart of LA and stuff. If you cannot afford to stay in downtown because it is really pricey, I think right now I haven't seen a room under $400, $600 a night.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
Right.
there's certain cities around LA that you can stay in and take in the metro, but expect to wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning to be able to get to the convention on time, to be able to get into a panel if you have to do standby, to be able to get on the floor and look at merchandise before it sells out, and all the if you have autograph signings, so when you come to buy those, that was something I learned in Japan. Do not schedule your auto signatures and your photo ops Friday at the start of the con, because your entire day will be trying to get those done and
Which is
stuff.
which is terrible because you just wasted your whole day
Yeah.
at the convention. I'm going to paint
So
this for you. Okay. I live right now at 6.8 miles away from the convention center. If I left right now to get there, 6.8 miles, it would take me almost 30 minutes to get there if I left right now to get to the convention. So that's just painting a picture of how something could say, oh, it's only 5 miles away. 5 miles can take you 30 minutes to Fort. Like, yeah.
yeah, definitely
So
Google Map it. Change your
Google Map
arrival
it.
time for the time you want to get to the con, and look at the time, not the distance. And it'll
Yes,
give you like some weird range, like 20 minutes to 45 minutes. Always assume it's the 45 minutes
agreed.
and stuff. Yeah. Also,
My
parking
rule
is
of
not
thumb,
easy.
yeah, my rule of thumb is just going to leave 2 hours before I have to actually be there in case there's
Mhm.
wrecks, traffic, whatever.
Yeah.
That's going to be like my standard.
Uber and Lyft there as much as possible. Even if you rent a car, save that for the day
I
you
might
want to
have
go
a
to
car there.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. You're better off Ubering and Lyfting, because the convention parking lot is huge, but it
Yeah.
fills up in the first 20 minutes.
And it's
There are
expensive.
small parking lots all around it, but expect to pay $30, $40 to leave your car there all day and stuff. So not only are you paying for your car to be parked at the hotel, now you're paying for your car to be parked somewhere else. So you're better off taking an Uber or a Lyft or the metro system.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Everything
Okay,
she said.
so don't laugh at
And
me
we
when
should
I ask you Californian people this question. But
Hey.
does Los Angeles have like a subway?
We have
do.
a metro system.
Metro system.
And it's underground.
It's
Yes.
underground and above ground. It just depends the area. So certain
Okay.
areas is above ground, and
I
then
didn't know if it
certain
was a
points it goes
joke
underneath.
post, but I saw
No.
somebody post that if you stay where I'm staying, the fastest way to get to the convention center is that
That metro.
subway.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
metro system. So you should
So how long does
the
that
metro
take
system.
though?
So from my house, so I am very blessed. The metro station is literally my backyard. So my community has its own gate to the metro line. So I can jump on the metro line right from my house and then get dropped off right in front of the convention center, which might be one of the things we do for if we don't get a hotel. It would take me about an hour and a half, which would be almost the exact same time if I drove. But I don't have to deal with driving. I don't have to deal with parking, and it'll only cost me $2.
And if
So
I left on the metro system right now from Hollywood and Western all the way to, which is the one near me, all the way to Pico, it would take me 41 minutes on the metro to do that. And it's
because
2
there are
lines.
more stops.
Mhm.
So it just really depends. The metro system, like again, Google Maps, just pick the metro line, like the
Mm.
public transportation line, and it will tell you exactly where to get on, where to get off, how many stops are in between, and the estimated time. Because depending
Okay,
on
so
what
it says
time you want to get
48
there
minutes
From
for B
for the
Universal.
line,
metro.
A line, Silver, E line.
I was trying to make you take the bus.
Yeah,
Oh,
you gotta
that's
take
the bus.
there's a
Which
few
one's the
bus-
metro?
It'll say a M. It's going to be an M in like a dark circle.
It just has symbols.
Hmm.
Oh, M. But it's all the same time.
Yeah, I think from where y'all are, I think you're gonna have to take the bus and the metro. Like you'll take a bus to a spot, and then you'll have to go to
It
the
says
train
48 minutes when I click
Yeah.
the M.
which is not that
Hmm.
bad. But still, like Mary said, you don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about anything like that. You just have to
It'll
worry
be your
about,
cheapest form of transportation.
and it's only like
my buddy is like ingrained. Like, we'll have a car, we can leave, and we can do this and do that, and it's like,
Which is true. Which is true. You
Yeah.
can go do whatever you want. But the thing about the convention center, it's very walkable. Everything you want to do around it, you want to go eat, you want to go try certain coffee places, sandwich places.
You want to be Maria Nana Fitzgerald?
Yes, that's me. That's what I do whenever I go anywhere.
Oh my god,
100%. I already have coffee spots I'm ready to try in San Antonio.
Have some Jabba the Hutt.
I love to travel and try things. I will go eat sandwiches with or without you guys in the morning. I'm
Eat
going
sandwiches.
to yeah.
sandwiches.
I have like a bunch of
LA's
little
got great
spots
sandwiches.
favorited already. There's some good sandwiches in LA. Me and my friend Luis, we go eat sandwiches all the time in LA. Anyways, besides the point, everything
Cool.
is really walkable, but there are things like if you want to go to Disneyland, just know that is a full day.
Yeah,
and it
that's
is not close.
And whatever you do,
Universal
so the first
Studios
time
is close.
Yes, true. What do you got, David?
I don't know. Mary keeps on bringing up Disneyland, and I'm like, I'm not going to Disneyland. I'm going to Celebration.
You are going to Disneyland. I'm making us go. All of us go to Disneyland together.
So, also, I was going to say this. If you're like doing a vacation package where you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the Universal and Disneyland, that's not a good deal because Universal and Disneyland are nowhere near each other. They're so far away from each other.
Well, if you go one day Disneyland, one day Universal, right?
But you also have 4 days of con.
Yeah.
So well, now you're looking at like a 2-week vacation.
You can't do it during the con. I mean, to me, that's a little commonsensical. But
I mean, you can if you are missing a day.
Right. Some people only got Friday and Sunday, so they have 2 middle days where they can do whatever.
They go to Universal.
Yeah.
Universal is very close.
It's very close. It makes me upset.
What were you doing at Universal last night?
It was Fan Fest. They're doing a Fan Fest.
What were you doing?
What's Fan Fest?
Yeah, what is that? And why didn't you invite me? Rude.
Guys.
Why didn't you invite me?
Rude.
Right. Anyway, I live the same distance from my apartment to Universal that I did from my apartment to Disneyland when I lived in Anaheim. Actually, I lived a little bit closer in Anaheim to Disneyland, but I live really close to Universal. Anyways, yeah. So if you're planning on doing a Disneyland trip and you're like, oh, we're gonna go out there for it, it's like that's the whole day. There's no like, oh, we're gonna go half day or something. No, it's the whole day is gonna be trying to do that event. So plan accordingly.
Yeah.
And I like I said, I know we're just complaining a little bit, but also trying to give you a heads up. But I'm also
I think for me, I'm just trying to give people a heads up.
Yes.
Be prepared. It's a year away, and I'm sure me and you will go on here and be like talking about it more as people who are locals. Like, trust us.
Yes.
You do not want to be outside of that 5-mile radius.
Because if you are, it's not fun. It's not.
And you guys with LA Jedis.
Yeah, I won't say that. But it's weird. I grew up in Texas.
I'm a Jedi.
Padawans? I don't know.
Well, I was born and raised here.
Yeah, you were
I was born and raised here.
Mary's a grandmaster. She's like Yoda.
Our listeners remember me living in San Marcos, and now I'm in LA.
I was in San Marcos today.
You really?
Mm-hmm.
How rained on. What's the old town doing?
Got to see some people fight in front of me at Sam's Club.
Oh, there.
And she was looking at me, waiting for me to do something, and I'm like, "Yeah, I can't even see right now."
Oh, guess who's going to be at Celebration, David? Oh, you know
us, me.
Besides us, guess who else is going to be there? Joseph. Joseph is going to be in LA for Star Wars Celebration, and if you remember Joseph, you've been listening to us for a very, very long time, but. That's exciting. I can't wait to see.
Is he taking his family? Or is it just him?
I don't know. It might be just him. I'll ask him. But yeah, in case you remember, Joseph was on the podcast with David and I at the very, very, very beginning. And but yeah, he messaged us or he posted on our Facebook, like, how about my tickets too for LA? Where I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. And he said he's gonna bring his old Star Wars stuff podcast shirt, which I thought was really
cute.
awesome. And yeah, so that's gonna be pretty cool. And Colin's gonna go as well, right? Colin will be there.
Yeah, I thought Colin called me right after I think he got his tickets. He had a horrible experience because I think his wife Brooke was told her family they could go too, but they didn't get enough tickets for them, so I guess they're not going. I don't know.
Oh, that's such a shame. That makes me sad. But
Maybe they'll find someone who can help them out and get them some tickets.
Yeah, so Colin built an astromech droid, and he's driving an RV with a bunch of droid builders from Michigan to the Disneyland RV place, and they're gonna park it there, and I guess drop off their droids. And I guess he's gonna be with the droid builders. So
Fun.
The logistics of everything you just said would just make me cry every night because that just sounds insane what they're doing. Oh my gosh.
More power to them.
And I think their wives are flying with their children.
Good for them. Good on them. I'm so happy they're not doing that trek. Because Colin's baby is little, right?
Yeah, that baby's little.
He's not even a year. He's not even a year, right?
Gonna turn a year in May. Because of course he was born this month.
So he is a year.
Is it his birthday today?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday,
Oh,
Colin,
no, I don't
baby.
think it's it. I think tomorrow's Colin's birthday, actually. May
Happy
10th,
early birthday.
I think.
If it's not, we said happy early birthday, so that kind of covers us for like the rest of the year. You know, like,
I don't know. I personally have never met Colin nor spoken to him.
And
So,
he's a part of the
Colin, if you're
cantina.
watching, happy early birthday.
Yeah. He's part of Virtual Cantina, not Cantina Cast. Those are two separate things. So Virtual Cantina, we have how do we say this, James? We are promoting their Boonta Eve party for a celebration. There's going to be one for Rebel Scum Con. We'll be there as well. There's going to be a really big one for the 50th. And we're letting everyone know that, yes, tickets will go on sale here, I think, at the end of this year. But for Virtual Cantina, you do want to be in that party because it's kind of worthwhile just due to the fact that all the celebrities that are walking around. So last Virtual Cantina, me and Colin were in there, and we turn around and Sam Witwer's right there, and he goes, "Hey guys, do you know how to get here?" And Colin goes, "Yeah, let me just show you." So he's trying to help Sam Witwer get to the autograph area because the Virtual Cantina Boonta Eve thing will have separate Star Wars celebrities that are not at Celebration signing at that party. And they usually do like a big karaoke thing. They'll do like a very big sabacc game. I don't know how high stakes it is, but I know there's a sabacc game going on. There's usually karaoke. There's an open bar. There's prize giveaways. I was really hoping to win the giveaway. I didn't win. And there's probably going to be a big like VIP area too, which some of our friends got in, and I got in at the very end. It was pretty cool. But yeah, those are our friends at Virtual Cantina. They do a lot of stuff in and around Celebration, and that's like the big party that you do want to get tickets to because it's an interesting thing. If you've never been around like the Star Wars like hardcores, it'll be a fun time if you're interested.
Fun. I'm excited. There's gonna be so many fun things to do.
Yeah. All of us will be walking around too. So if you're listening to us, if you watch us on YouTube, you'll get to see us and talk to us and be like, "Hey, what's your favorite Star Wars film?"
I saw them in Japan. I went, "Hey, are you guys Star Wars Stuff Podcast?" And look at us now. Gosh. Look at us now.
Who would have thought?
We're all going to Celebration together. What's so funny is as I was walking away from David after I had met David, he goes, "All right, I'll see you in like 2 years at the next Celebration." Who would have thought? Who would have thought we'd be in Vegas together?
And then we're all going to be in San Antonio here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
San Antonio.
That's exciting.
James and I will go see the Mando movie. We're double dating it.
Oh, that's cool.
so quick. It's not next week, but the week after. Like it's
Is it
insane.
too late to join you guys?
No.
Maybe.
Never
If
too
there's a
late.
seat, if there's a seat next to us, you can go. You can take that seat.
I don't have to
I
sit
think
next to you. I just want to come be there
Oh, I see what you're saying.
and get the hat
But,
and the Funko.
Mm-hmm. We'll be at the
But
El
I-
Capitan.
You lucky
Did you
ducks.
see? Did you see what they released yesterday? They announced the El Capitan. If you are going there on opening night or the 22nd, um, they're also handing out specialty pins. There's a set of 5, and you get a random one and
Oh,
stuff
I gotta
as
go
you walk
now.
in. So you get a pin as well.
I
That's
gotta
so
go now. If they're giving away pins,
That was what made the deal for you.
I can't get out Star Wars by James. I gotta go.
I bought myself a Disney pin on Star Wars Nights, Mandalorian and Grogu. I already got it ready. It's on my board. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Where
So
where? I was there when you were there at Star Wars Night. I didn't see you buy a pin.
I have an Obi-Wan pen. It writes.
oh, you have a pin.
Yeah, a pen.
So James and I ran into each other at Star Wars Night.
Yes. And it was fun. It was cool.
Yeah.
Star Wars Night.
We went on
is
Star
always-
Tours together.
We did, and I always love Star Tours because it's just like canon schman. Like it's like it doesn't matter. Like you, one moment you're here, the next moment you're over here.
I know.
I was
trying
reminded.
to call it.
What?
I was trying to call what scenes we were gonna get, and we got completely new scenes.
Yeah,
but the best part is the person who was picked to be the rebel spy was literally sitting right next to James. So James and I are like the worst ever, and we're like, "Hey, it's you."
And yeah, that was actually pretty. That was pretty cool.
She was just like, "Why are these people so excited right now?" We were too excited about it, and we're like, "If this is really a kidnap situation,
we would let them out. We would
she
totally.
would've been-
She would have been gone. We'd be like, sorry, we just got really excited. I was reminded of something during Star Tours. So we got the crate sequence where we're on the battle of crate, going through the salts and everything, and we go through the tunnels and the caves and everything. Apparently, Ryan Johnson said the only reason that sequence is in The Last Jedi was because of Star Tours. He goes, this was like my ode to Star Tours to have. He goes, as a kid growing up, going to Disneyland and seeing how the ships would go in these places, he was like, I needed to do a similar sequence, just like they do in Star Tours. And I thought that was actually kind of cute. But yeah, Star Wars Night's always fun. Highly recommend it if you're ever in the Disneyland area or in Anaheim, California, LA area. Go to Star Wars Night. Just they close the park down.
Yeah,
it's just Star Wars on that. The music is playing throughout the whole park. It's
a lot of fun snacks. There's like a lightsaber training sequence that you can go attend. The lightsaber meetup is really fun. There's a lot.
And you see the Jats players, the modal note, whatever they're
What
called.
are they called?
Jizz?
I'm not going to tell you what they're called, but they go on the rivers of America and they pass by playing the Cantina song, and it's really funny.
Well, aren't they still technically like the Jizz Whalers and they play Jats music? But I mean, they're still the Jizz.
I hear the
Jizz.
name is no longer. We should even say that on here, but apparently you can't. It's not even.
Why not? That's what Lucas came up with.
It feels like almost a joke that he came up with that. You know what I mean? Like it feels like almost he was like, no one's gonna buy this, and he put it down, and everybody was like, yeah, that's the name, and he goes, oh crap.
Well, I mean, he kind of ran out of words at that point when they were doing all the like side stuff, you know.
That's true, but yeah, Star Wars Night is fun. They play the Star Wars music throughout the whole park. The castle has like Star Wars like artwork on it, being projected onto it. And there's parades, meet and greets, pictures,
lots of meet and greets,
and
this year they did something that new that I thought was kind of fun. Is they had these QR codes around the park for light side or dark side, and you got to scan it, and whichever one you scan, if you scanned the light side, you put a vote in for light side. If you scanned the dark side, you put a vote in for dark side, and then every hour the DJ would announce who was winning based off of people scanning the QR and stuff. So me and my friend Emily, who went with me the first night that I went, we were really into it. And we were both like voting dark side and stuff. And I think dark side won 3 hours out of the 4. And as
'Cause
we
of
were
you.
leaving, we're like, yes, this is because of
Oh my
us.
gosh.
We turned the tides.
That's actually pretty
So that
funny.
was fun. Yeah. Who you go with really makes a difference too.
Agreed. I agree 100%. And highly recommend it if you're in the LA or California area. Go to Star Wars Night. It's a
Yeah.
blast. It's so much fun. Anyways, what do we talk about? Deadpool. So Star Wars
Also,
Celebration.
Lucasfilm just started selling memberships. Or not Lucasfilm,
Oh,
sorry. Lucas Narrative Museum started selling their memberships for the museum. And I think they're still
that's
for
right.
sale if anyone wants to go become a
How much
member.
are they?
There were different tiers. So, like the lowest tier just gives you access for you and one guest into the museum, and then some like basic discounts at the restaurants, merchandise, etc. And I want to say it's 140. Are you looking it up, David, so you can get some like more accurate numbers and stuff? Yeah. The highest tier is called Alliance, and that one was $600, and you get everything from the tiers below. Also, it comes with like 2 memberships, and then you get 4 guest passes. You get invited to some very exclusive parties for opening night, the Lucas the George I think it's like Lucasfilm celebration, etc., all those things. So, I'm not sure if David found it yet. He
I
can give
did.
some
I was
really
just on
good
mute
okay.
because I was clicking and typing around. So
Clickety click.
access is $140, like you said, Mary. Admission for you and a guest, plus members only insider access. Social is $270. Membership for 2, plus invitations to members only events. Insider $375. Membership for 2, including evening events and limited edition products. $600 Alliance membership for 2, including the Lucas Archive Celebration and limited edition member cards.
Nice.
Yep. I personally became a member. I'm very excited to go.
Awesome.
There's going to be a black tie event. I've already started looking at what I'm going to wear.
I don't own a black tie though.
You're not
Yeah,
invited.
I've gone
Oh.
this long without owning a suit.
Well, if you go to this, if you come out for this and you are one of the guests that I take along with me, then you're going to need one.
That was like a
You're gonna
life's
need a
goal,
suit.
Mary. I almost made it. But yeah.
So me and Austin Austin has the second membership. Austin, if you don't know, is my husband. And we're doing an R2D2 and C3PO theme for our black tie and
That's
stuff.
amazing.
So he's having a custom suit made that's
Oh
white
my
with blue
gosh.
trim. Yeah. White with blue trim, red and blue cufflinks, pocket squares, etc., all that stuff. So he's very excited. I'm very excited. I need a gold dress.
Nice. I need to go to the
Yeah.
men's warehouse pronto.
There you go. I think that's where he's getting his custom suit from. He's doing it through
Okay,
Men's
cool.
Warehouse. Yeah. And it was not expensive at all.
It's like prom and now this.
Yeah. You didn't wear a suit to your wedding?
I didn't. I eloped.
Oh, that's
I
right.
just wore a shirt and khakis. I don't know what I
my
wore.
God.
And I heard the priest go, "This ain't gonna last." All right, let's do this. Fast forward 24 years later.
Aw.
I was like, buddy, it's gonna last unless I say so.
I know. I met your wife and your daughters in Vegas, and they were all very sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're all very sweet people.
James has met him, kind of. Maybe
I
I
met-
don't know.
What do you mean, kind of? Yes, I met him. I met him a few
I
times.
don't remember anymore, man. What was the situation where you met my wife?
Your
we
movie
went
premiere?
Oh, you came over to the house several times.
I went over
Oh,
to
for
your
the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
We did a Super
Okay.
Bowl. We did an Oscar night as well.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
guys didn't go to each other's birthday parties?
I was invited to James's, so.
You were invited to one of my parties.
Oh, yeah. I went to one of his parties. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to one.
Yeah. And I met all of his family.
It
Yeah,
really
it was
strange.
cool. And then I gave James my tips from pizza delivery, and they were all ones. And everyone had a nice laugh.
What'd you do with those ones, James?
I don't know. He disappeared. He didn't want to answer that question.
He's like vanished. No one needs to know.
I mean, yeah,
Oh.
people freak out when I hand them like ones, and I'm like, they look at me like, "What are you doing?" Like when I bought my car, the guy was like, "You couldn't just gone to the bank and give me big bills," and I'm like, "No, just count them. Just count the money. It's all there."
Oh, he's
You don't have
gone,
time to go to the bank.
gone.
Man, he said sayonara,
We scared him off. It's okay.
possibly.
Yeah. So yeah, Lucas Museum. You've got a guest pass if you want it. If you come out here.
We have been in contact with them to possibly be media when they open up the Lucas Museum. So hopefully we
That'd
can
be
be
cool.
there, and it'll be September 22nd, which is
Yep.
Bilbo Baggins' birthday and Frodo Baggins' birthday. That's how I remember it. Yeah.
That's why he picked that day.
The start of fall, essentially. So, yeah, should be a good time. And I think
Alrighty.
James had all the topics, so he's gone. So we're kind of just like floating
So what do you
around
want to
here.
talk about?
Well, I do have trivia. I bought this
Oh no.
Star Wars trivia. It's 140 questions. It's Disney from Ridley's
Okay.
Games, and it also includes questions from The Mandalorian. I wish
Okay,
James could
let's
be
see how
here
we
for
do.
this, but he bailed. But
We could do like
Mary.
2 or 3. Let's do 2 or 3. I'm only committing
Mary's
to
gonna get
2.
really good at Star Wars trivia here.
I'm only committing to 2. 2
All right.
questions.
All right, let's see how you do. A disguised Princess Leia threatens Jabba using what device in Return of the Jedi?
It was some kind of gun. It was some kind of blaster. Right?
Do you want multiple choice?
Yes, always. Always give me the multiple choice.
All right. Thermal detonator,
Oh, that sounds familiar. Okay, but that could be anything.
a chain,
No, that's when she's a slave.
E11 blaster,
Okay.
seismic charge.
It's either the thermal detonator or the blaster. I'm going to say it's the detonator because if he's in a room, just common sense, with a bunch of like assassins and stuff like that and mercenaries, a blaster wouldn't be that threatening. So I'm going to say a thermal detonator.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer. I'm locking it in.
Correct. You can stay on the podcast.
I want to see you try to get rid of me.
I don't. Where is Gungan City located?
On Naboo.
Let's give you multiple choice. It's a little open here.
In the waters of Naboo?
I'll give it to you. Underwater.
Okay.
That is the correct answer. So the choices were underground, hovering in the sky, on an asteroid, or underwater. So it's underwater.
Okay.
All right.
In the waters of Naboo.
2 for 2 so far, Mary. You're doing
Yay.
excellent.
Okay. I'll commit to 2 more.
1 more? 2 more? Okay.
2 more.
Who was the viceroy and head of the Trade Federation?
I just know him as Viceroy. Viceroy. No, give me the multiple choice.
Jar Jar Binks,
No.
Vice Admiral Holdo,
No.
Boss Nass,
No.
or Newt Gunray?
Oh, Viceroy Newt Gunray. All those. I know it's not Jar Jar Binks. It's one of the last 2. It's one of the last 2. I'm going to say the last one. Either... Newt.
Congratulations. You are correct. It is Newt Gunray.
Okay.
So fun fact about Newt Gunray, George Lucas decided to use Ronald Reagan and Newt Gingrich as the names.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Gunray is a nanogram. I believe it's called an anagram, right? So Gunray, if you rearrange it, it's
Reagan backwards.
It's Reagan. Yeah, Reagan.
In a different form.
But yeah. And Newt is spelled N-U-T-E, and Newt Gingrich is actually N-E-W-T, I believe.
Mm.
So 1 more?
Yeah, 1 more.
You're doing really good.
I'm on fire. All
right. And James should have been on this one. been on the podcast for this one. What creature does Chewbacca unknowingly eat when he first arrives on Octu Island?
Aw, porg.
That is correct.
I said little porg.
Congratulations, Mary. You're 4
a
for
winner.
4.
Okay, keep
You
score
win
somewhere.
the podcast.
Keep score somewhere for when Craig gets on here. Me and him are going head to head on these.
Yeah, we have 135 more. So, and I also bought more trivia that we'll probably have on site at the conventions when we go to Rebels Come Con.
Oh, super fun.
And Space Con. So yeah, we'll be there. And yep, James can't leave the podcast early there. So you'll get to see him.
We'll force him to do the trivia.
Force him.
Force.
And we're all going to get tattoos there. So.
Oh, dude, I'm totally doing it.
We're getting Star Stuff podcast tattoos.
I've got a space right here. Right there.
Nice.
I got a space right there. Just toss it in right there.
Yeah. Or if you leave disgruntledly, you just easily cover it up. So it's not. All right. Is there anything else that you want to bring up here?
No, I think as we get closer to celebration, we'll probably give a lot more tips. Also, like if you guys have questions and stuff like that, like please message. You can message on our Instagram or whatnot. David will like forward that message to me and stuff, and I will get you any answers that you need, or at least try to. So yeah, hit us up. I'm a good resource. You have an LA native who is willing to give you advice and answer your questions. So take advantage.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Join our Patreon. I'm about to drop a whole lot of stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of lost episodes of the podcast. A lot of stuff that James did on the side.
Oh yeah, you got to post his article from the last 2 episodes of Mall.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can go to starstuffpodcast.com and check it out there. So yeah, that'll be up for you. And yeah, I'll just put up all the signage here. So for Instagram, find us at Star Stuff Pod. For Twitter, we're at Stuff Pod. We're also on Blue Sky, Threads, Star Wars Stuff Pod. You can support us at, of course, we mentioned at Patreon, Star Wars Stuff Podcast 2187. We're also on TikTok. Email us. It'd be great to hear some emails. StarWarsStuffPodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook.
Only weird stuff, though, please.
And a podcast page. And also, if you do review us, rate us 5 stars on Apple, Spotify would be great. It helps out a lot. The website, James has written some really lengthy and nice articles for Maul, Shadow Lord, recently. And there's a couple of other things on there. So, yeah, check that out. And thank you, everyone. And for Mary, my name is David, and may the Force be with you.
Always.
This is the way.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
Dawanawanga.
Pew, pew, pew.
I have spoken.
Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper?
No.